Alrighty, hey everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day out there today. This is going to be a little bit more of a simpler stream, I would say, just because everything has been all over the place for us. And by that, I mean Bitcoin's coming down. That's really the big thing of today. The stock market came down a little bit today, depending on what you're looking at. But overall, I would say stocks had a decent day. Crypto had a horrible day. So let's talk about that. Plus maybe a little bit of news and some of the other stuff going on today. So happy to see all of you guys here. Loki is not getting a treat right now because he's had a couple so far today, and I mean more than a couple. He's had a few, so I'm going to save my last one for when I go out to the gym for him today. But he's here, waiting, trying to say hi. Maybe. There you go. Yeah, sure, good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. But let's get started, everybody. This is going to be one of those interesting days, I tell you that now. Okay. So as far as, CNBC News was concerned, there may be some updates to Snap. Palantir has some great earnings. There's some cool stuff happening with Amazon and AI. Not really important. Big story today is Bitcoin. This is right now, let me go over here to the final one. This is Bitcoin's daily chart right here. Let's zoom in just a tad. Let's get rid of the momentum temporarily. And you see Bitcoin is barely holding on to support right now. And what I've decided to do today, if you guys remember, you guys already heard about this morning. But yeah, I sold off around half my altcoins today. So I don't mean I sold off my altcoins like Ethereum or Solana or stuff like that. Although maybe next week I will. I'm not entirely sure. But I sold off like half of my Pepe, half of my Miro, half of my Floki, Sand, Mana, Matic, right? I basically just sold off a half of a lot of stuff here. Over the last few months, we've been looking at Bitcoin. It really hasn't been doing anything, and now we're just getting into this territory. We're just kind of stalled out, And when I think about how good of a rally this has been overall for Bitcoin and stuff like that, with no real crazy rally for altcoins, we've had some nice little pops, like in 2024 and whatnot, but we haven't had like the altcoin season. I think it's time for me to cut some of my losses from those high-risk altcoins, take that money, and what I believe I'm going to be doing here is just putting all of this into AI stocks and then letting them sit and see where that money goes. It'll only be about like $5,000 or something like that, but I think I'm going to put together a portfolio with you guys tomorrow for the stream. We'll talk about Bitcoin and other stuff, but we're basically going to be building up a portfolio here. And then from there, I think what I'm going to be able to do is use AI and a bunch of research tools, basically a bunch of little prompts within AI, ChatGPT, excuse me, and I'm going to start building up a little bit of a tutorial, not a tutorial, just a little bit of what would you want to call this? Just a little bit of a portfolio so you guys understand where I'm putting my money, where I'm kind of allocating some of my resources. I bought a little bit of stuff today, not a lot. I'll tell you guys more about it tomorrow and why I bought it, but some of the stuff I did buy, I bought some more Big Bear AI today because it dropped down a little bit. I bought a little bit more SoundHound. I bought a little bit of Upstart. I bought a little bit of Very, Path, and Serve. So I'm buying a little bit of that stuff right now. Not a lot, not a crazy amount. But I think it's just for me to say, okay, let me keep track of this stuff. I need to do a little bit more research tomorrow with you guys. And I think that'll probably work out for the best here. But as I'm looking at this right now, if Bitcoin does start to break down from here, our next stop is probably going to be around $104,000. And if things get bad, we'll probably dip down here into like $98,000, $99,000. I don't think it's going to be a disaster type of thing for Bitcoin. I think it's going to be more of a horrible move coming for, I'd probably just say altcoins, because altcoins are going to have a nasty dip. Bitcoin dominance is breaking back out above the 20. If we keep on going like this, it'll break out above the 50 by the end of the week. And no matter what you guys are looking at, breaking below these moving averages always seems to have massive amounts of volatility, massive amounts. So no matter what happens going into next week, if we kind of stay flat from here, next week is going to be either be worse for that dominance or it's going to be better for the dominance because we're going to crash back down below the 20. At this point, we're going to need some type of good news, and the good news seems to be working for the SPY. SPY is still going good week over week. Today, it went up just a tad by 0.19%, opened up higher, closed a little bit right there, but we're still good. NASDAQ is still doing fine, and you see Bitcoin, and it's really not doing fantastic at all. So I basically decided to sell some of my altcoins out there. I'll be putting that into a portfolio with you guys tomorrow. I think it'll be pretty fun. I'll have to find some free software where I can track everything down. I think that'll probably be good. But yeah, at this point in time, with momentum on the bearishness, the bearish side, as far as the daily charts and the weekly charts, it feels like Bitcoin wants to go down even more, unfortunately, especially because we weren't able to hold on to the support here earlier this morning, and then the support. There you go. You can see the support breaking down right here. Oh, this was last night actually, breaking down. You can see we held, started to see some weakness. Not good. And then right around here, 7 o'clock in the morning, we just went into straight free fall, where we went from $108,000 all the way down here to $105,000 for a nasty move. Everybody tried to buy up the support because that's what you do. And all of a sudden, we're coming all the way back down here for a pretty nasty recovery. Nothing looks great about this right now. Even the 4-hour chart, when we were looking a little bit more bullish in the 4-hour chart, nothing really happened, right? Nothing really happened. If anything, what? No, there's not even that much. There's not even like a divergence happening right now. It's overall just pretty nasty moves. So that's kind of the topic of the day, if you will. Let me back this up a little bit here. I am going to be curious to see if Bitcoin does make this next move down or not. If I'm going to be buying up more Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, I'm just going to wait to see if we bounce off of $100,000 or so, and then we may go higher. But as far as altcoins, I sold off half, right? I'm just going to hold the rest and see where they go. But if Bitcoin starts to dip below like 95,000, I'll sell the rest of my altcoins and I'll just be done with this season. It just has not been good whatsoever. And hey, Will, what are those 3 bottom indicators? The ones at the bottom that I use, they're just going to be your typical MACD, stochastic, and RSI. This is a basic momentum setup that I have. I think I have a few tutorials on this on my channel if you want to watch it. But it's a MACD with thicker lines. All these have thicker lines. The stochastic with personalized settings, so it's not your default settings. It's something I've added in there myself. And the RSI with a confluence. No, I think that this is a regular RSI with a divergence setting on. Yeah, show divergence, yeah. But yeah, they're just basic indicators. But when you kind of pair them up with the weekly charts, monthly charts, and stuff like that, it usually works out okay. But yeah, big story of the day, guys. I sold off half my altcoins. I'm not too happy about that. It looks like YouTube is still throttling my channel a little bit, which kind of sucks. But I think starting tomorrow, what I'm going to do is, I've kind of hinted at this for the last few weeks. I'm going to try to stream around 4 o'clock every day. But what I'm also going to try to do here, guys, is I'm going to try to just stream at random times. So if I get back from a bar at like 10 o'clock at night and I feel like streaming, I'm going to hop on and do a half an hour stream. If I wake up at 6 o'clock and I see Bitcoin falling at 7 o'clock, I'm just going to hop online and start streaming here. And I think I'm going to just do that over and over and over again. Not every stream will be an hour to 2 hours long, you know, because right now, YouTube is throttling me pretty hard as far as streaming, and I'm not entirely sure why. So instead of trying to fight YouTube and make longer streams, I'm just going to make stream here, stream here, stream here. And then you guys will find it when you guys do. And if you guys have a chance to watch it, you guys will. One of the things I've noticed is that even though YouTube will throttle my streams during the lives, you know, I still overall get the same amount of views, like 1,000 views, 800, 300, 400, whatever. It always ends up being generally the same, right? So I'm okay with that for now. And I think maybe around 4 o'clock, maybe around 3 o'clock whenever I stream, I'll try to stream for 2 hours during that time, but do a few other small streams. Because I think overall what I've been doing with the channel has been working out pretty well. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been putting out a lot of tutorials. Those tutorials have been doing good. I've been happy with them. Subscribers are going up. Views are going up. That's good. And I believe for... I believe for the second channel, I'm going to get back rolling on that tomorrow. I just wanted to see if anything was going to happen with that first one. But you guys can see the 30-minute chart, 15.5. You're seeing Bitcoin break down again right now. It's not looking pretty. So since the new day just started, because we had daylight savings here, didn't we? Yeah, we might be heading down here towards $104,000 for Bitcoin. Or, you know, let me go over here to the 4-hour chart. Kind of an ugly thing to have to do here based off of all this other stuff, but we haven't even been honoring any of this stuff, so it might not even work. Yeah. What about this one right here? 15-minute chart, a little bit, not at all, not really at all. No, this thing's not even honoring the fib levels here. And hey, bull market. I mean, if you zoom out, it's still not bearish, that's for sure. I know a lot of people always get that confused a little bit here. Bitcoin is still going high, but right now we're breaking through support, right? It's been a good market so far, but we're finally starting to break down here. That's not a good sign. NASDAQ is still doing fine. Gold's still doing fine. All this stuff is still doing fine. Oh, that's the yen, excuse me. SPY, Russell, everything still seems to be doing okay. Except for oil maybe, but you know, we all want oil to go down. Who wants higher gas prices? But at this point in time, we haven't dipped into bear market territory here technically for Bitcoin, but it doesn't look good, right? But again, you know, we've had these nasty falls in the past. That's the thing I think that sucks. This drop back right here was about 31%. We went higher. This one was 33%. We went higher. This one was 22%. We went higher. So it's not like Bitcoin hasn't dropped like a rock before coming higher a lot, but we were having a big breakout. And usually every time we have a nice breakout, we continue on to that next level. We're stalling out here, and that is a concern, I would say. And hey, productivity, happy to see my man. I did see your videos. Could you use the stochastic 3399 to use in swing trading on the 4 hour? I don't know. I haven't actually tried it. I haven't tried it before. I would say, I mean, if you do it and you backtest and it's working, you can keep on doing it, but you might have to add it on to another setting, because I don't just use the stochastic, because when you get down to day trading on the stochastic, it gets very choppy, very mixed signals if you don't have some type of other momentum to really like ground you to say, okay, we're in this type of environment, therefore I'm only going to listen to the buy signals and whatnot, right? And hey, Fortep, I appreciate it, my man. Because again, you know, when you're thinking about trading and how people make money, there are a lot of simple ways just to do it. For example, if you just go to the Bitcoin 4 hour chart, let's go to this chart because it's empty. You get rid of all of the moving averages. You get rid of the price action concepts. And you just add a super trend, you know? Even your base super trend, if you guys were just to follow this and hold, right? So let's say you're selling right here. That means your stop loss is probably right around here. That worked out for you. It ran and it hit support and you're good. Hit this support level right there, then hit this support level right here. That worked out. This one right here, your stop loss is there or there. If your stop loss was there, you got stopped. If your stop loss is here, you're okay. And it went up. Worked out. Worked out. Worked out. Because remember, this is just an ATR. This is all that it is a fancy ATR. But again, boom. If you just take Bitcoin 4 hour chart, this one didn't work, but that one worked out. This one worked out. That one worked out. That one worked out. That one worked out. This one didn't. That one did. Did. Didn't. Did for a few hours. Did. Didn't. Did. This one, I guess technically it did, yeah. Did. This one, it did, but I probably would have sold if it went down that low, so I'll just say didn't. This one did. This one didn't. This one did for the next few hours. This one did. This one didn't. What? Didn't. This is probably a choppy zone, yeah. Didn't. Did. For a few hours, I suppose it did. Did. Not. Good. So if you were just using that more often than not, you're pretty okay, right? Now, you could add on one or two more indicators just to make sure that if you ever see a signal like this, you feel like, oh, I don't need to be doing that one, right? So there's tons of ways of doing it. It's just that, let's say you find a trade from earlier the last couple days, right? Like for this one. You see there's some resistance up here. You see some up here. Okay. And let's say we don't really have Fibonacci levels to use here, unfortunately. They'd be ugly stuff like this. All right. Not something you really want to use. But let's say you just bought right here. All right. Your stop loss was right here. Technically, you could make money from that. It's just not worth it. But let's say you did. You hit your price target. That took about a day and 8 hours. That's what makes trading so annoying sometimes. You got to wait a little bit here. But this one's been working out for us. You go over here to Ethereum, it works out okay too. Not as much as Bitcoin, I would say, but still works out okay. So if you just go to the 4-hour chart, Ethereum, super trend, base settings, you're fine. I think it's when you start going to like, here's Bitcoin's chart again. All right, let's get rid of all those. You go to something like the 15-minute chart. You know, that one didn't work. That one didn't work. This one worked. That one didn't work. This one worked. That one didn't. This one didn't. Didn't really, because it just went sideways. I'd say that one didn't. That one worked. That one worked. That one didn't. That one did. Did not. Did. No. Yes. 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 So yeah, it gets a little bit more choppy. So you gotta figure out what's working and what's not, and you gotta kind of add those indicators on top of each other, kind of sandwich them a little bit, and it'll give you some better tips and ways to make more consistent revenue, right? But that's just an ATR or a super trend, I guess, a fancy ATR. Right? Even if you were to go over to, I think if you actually go over to there's super trend. If I type in super trend, I think it actually does have a little thing about it. Like Keyvon. Yeah, super trend is one of the most common ATR-based trailing stop indicators. In this version, you can change the ATR calculation method from the settings. Default method is RMA when the alternative method is SMA, right? Let's say you're trying to do day trading at the 5-minute chart. Well, maybe you don't want to use the high-low 3. You know, maybe you want to go down a little bit more and you want to go to like open, high, low, close 4, right? That gives you a little bit of an earlier signal here for some of this stuff going on. But again, for me, it's not enough. Even the 1-minute chart, that one's actually doing okay. Last few minutes, not doing bad. Yeah, 1 minute's not terrible. If you like to scalp, that one didn't work out. Hit your stop loss. That one did fine. That one did fine. Not good. That one worked out for a few minutes. You gotta really you gotta really do high leverage with these types of small gains you're getting. But I mean, it's there, I guess, right? I mean, let me check out Ethereum. I don't like this one as much as the Bitcoin one, yeah. Solana, I don't like it as much as the Bitcoin one, no. Yeah, I mean, it's similar, just not the same, right? But yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. Let's go back over to price action concepts. Let's go back over here to 4-day, you know. Bitcoin's trying to bounce right now. It's trying to. Will it? It possibly could, but this momentum isn't really making me happy here at all. So I'm just going to wait. You know, I sold off my altcoins today. Nothing I can do about that now. I'm going to reallocate that money into AI stocks, even not tokens, AI stocks. And then what I can see myself doing down the road is just, not really down the road, but tomorrow I'm going to be buying up some AI stocks or just putting together an AI portfolio with you guys. I think that'll be pretty fun. And hey, I'm definitely more blood for altcoins. And hey, Digital KO, happy to see you too, my man. Do you have a video on trading the View app? I probably do somewhere down there. I'm going to make one eventually, I think actually this week about the View app. In one of my tutorials from yesterday, let me just go to my main channel. Oh, actually, hold on. Is this the right one? Yeah, is there. This one, the super trend indicator explained. Part of this video, hey everyone, I believe had the VWAP in it for day trading, perhaps. Yeah, there's a VWAP, super trend, and RSI all working together right there. So that's one right there. There's a bunch of different ways you could trade it, but the VWAP is good. One of my friends, he loves, I have a book on it. I forget what the book is called. If you like reading trading books, which I do just to kind of stay on top every now and again. Let me go to my book section of my iPhone. Let's see. I haven't finished reading it, but I've been trying to finish reading it for like a year. I find certain things I like and I stick with it, and other stuff I try to skim, so I just haven't read the whole book. Is there just a book page about it though? Like a... Yeah, here it is. Okay. $37, so it's not like it's a cheap book, $39. But maximum trading gains with anchored VWAP, the perfect combination of price, time, and volume. This is something that's pretty interesting. I don't know if you like reading books, but that's one right there. And they have some interesting settings. But I think they even have something called like an auto anchored VWAP too, don't they? Auto fib retracement, auto pitchfork, VWAP auto anchored. And you can see it's small, but anchored right there. So let's go over to like a 5-minute chart. It's not even fucking useful. I like to have all the bands. That's fine. Really? That's all it does? Well, I don't like this one at all then. Oh, let's go back over here. But yeah, VWAPs are pretty good tools. I'd highly recommend learning how to use them, especially if you're looking to do stocks or options and you day trading. For day trading, it's an amazing little tool that you can have. Hey, the 3-piece meal. Happy to see my man. Do I trade stocks only or only crypto? No, I do everything. I do everything. Most of the time it's crypto just because like I like to trade in the afternoon. And so I just want to be, how do I say? I don't like trading in the morning. I hate waking up in the morning. So I like cryptocurrency because it's easier. If I'm trading the stock market, I'm trading it for like a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, that type of stuff to hold it. And I'm usually happy with the results doing that. Think of like a daily or weekly super trend type of trading style on a weekly chart for like Google or something like that. That's when I usually go heavy into those types of positions. Hello, boy. I know. But let me see. What was I going to show you guys very fast? Oh, like I think I actually still have the one out from work earlier today. Yeah, it's over here. I don't know how well you guys can see that because normally this is on my wide monitor, so everything's a little bit larger. But if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, you're seeing a green change of character here, but everything else is bearish. On the daily chart, what happened to... Did I do something today by accident? Whatever. This also has bearish momentum plus a red MACD plus a red change of character. Excuse me. And then you see on the 4-hour chart right here, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon last night, we turned bearish. We were bearish here, and because everything to me is aligned, because you got bearish, bearish, bearish. I know you can't. It's not letting me do it, but whatever. When I saw the alert that happened, where was it over here? And this was 4 o'clock. So it started right here is when the chart finished off. It ended though at 8 o'clock. So you go down here, 8 o'clock, right? Once the candles close, if you see a break of structure, you can actually trade that down and put your stop loss back up here, here, or here, more likely for some of you guys up there, and trade that down to the morning. That's one opportunity for you guys. You don't trade these moves because you see how violent that was. But again, break of structure, still going down, a little bit of a light bouncer now. But again, do you buy this right now? I mean, do you short this right now? Not really, because technically you're at a massive level of support. So there really isn't so much you can be doing. But it's okay. This is just the Ethereum version. Weekly, daily, 4 hour and 15 minutes. Because typically if you got everything kind of going green here, right, like this. Like this was back over here, October 1st. Yeah, like October 1st, right? It's October 1st, October 1st, October 1st. Okay. Right there, right? Okay, so you break the structure right there. That's your first opportunity to buy. You have one over here. This is another opportunity to buy. Again, you kind of got to back up a little bit and say, oh, there's a big level of resistance over here. I probably shouldn't be buying this one, but I can buy this one down here. And what you could also do is probably for a 4-hour chart, if you're seeing that type of move here with or seeing that type of move here, You can also go over and add something of a super trend to this one too. Super trend. And this one actually started a little bit earlier on. Oh, this is a 4-hour chart. Oh, I went completely backwards. Whatever. This is a swing trade anyway then. But you can see that gave you a nice little buying opportunity there. Let me go back over here and let me back this up to October 1st. This is what I was trying to show you. Oh yeah, it's just gonna take a minute. Yeah, my bad. No. Oh no, that wasn't bad at all. October 1st. You can see just going off of this, October 1st, break of structure right there, plus a larger break of structure opportunity. This break of structure worked out. This one worked out. This large one right here, a little bit of a dip, didn't hit your stop loss, kept on going up. This one right here worked out for temporarily, and this is where, like I say again, got to watch out to see what those resistance levels are. But either way, it still ended up. Let's say you bought this one right here, maybe you only made a few bucks, maybe you lost money because of the fees for leverage trading. You don't trade that one because everything else is bullish. The next one, that worked out very, very well, right? So if you can follow those trends, it makes your life a lot easier. I thought I was adding the super trend onto this one though. That's why I was trying to pull it up. So super trend. There you go. Well, actually around the same time here. This one right here, nice little buying, stop loss right there, makes you some profit. This one right here, the buy came in right here. Yeah, that would made you some profit. The overall trend was good. This one right here gave you kind of, it's a buy signal, but it's kind of red, so maybe you don't buy it until you have the breakout, which happened to the change of character, and then boom, you had some good money there for the next few hours. All right? So there's tons of different ways you can be making money in this setup, but it's just, oh God, like for us, like me, that have been holding for months and months and months and years for some of these things, to watch them kind of go down the way they are, I'm just not happy with them, right? I'm just not, I am not entertained. I am not entertained at all. But yeah, you know, I've been trading the same way for a minute here. It's just been, you got to have a level of patience, and you also have to just happen to be by your computer at the same time or on your phone. But trading from your phone, no matter how great the app is, the Weeks has a great app, BYDFi has a great app. It's just not. It's not the same. It's just not the same, right? Portfolio getting blown away by Fartcoin. Oh, bro, I know. I'm glad I didn't put too much money into that Fartcoin stuff. I only put it in there because I wanted to teach you guys a lesson, but I was hoping the lesson wouldn't cost me that much money. My portfolio today, down 6%. So this is a little bit different now because I'm probably losing out on profit or something because I sold off half of my Tron, half of my Polygon, and half of my ADA, and half of my XRP, which isn't in here. Ethereum is still full. Dogecoin still full. I may sell some Dogecoin here just to get rid of it. And my Solana is still good. My Bitcoin's still good. So not good there. The group portfolio, this is still positive. Maybe I'll be forced to sell some of the stuff in here because some of it's negative, some of it's still positive. Like despite everything going on, I still have my CRO up 44%. I still have my BNB up 55%. I still have my Ethereum up 43%. I still have my XRP up 7%. Solana up 13%, right? Fartcoin, oh God, this thing is going into the fucking gutter. 76%. High risk, this one's down 39%. This one isn't terrible, but it's not great, right? It's still going down overall, boom. So yeah, not good at all. I'll probably keep the high risk in the group portfolio safe because I made them specifically for this channel. I'll keep them on the sidelines. I won't touch them. Fartcoin, it's only worth 93 bucks right now. I don't know what else I need to freaking do for that one. I'm just going to probably let that one sit and wait for a miracle. That's all I can do, right? That is basically all I can do for Fartcoin. Oops, sorry, my watch is telling me it's time to stand up. I've been sitting down for too long. I'm confident Fartcoin will get back to $1. Just don't know how long it'll take. Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you just let it sit in there and relax, you know? So I'm not too concerned. I'm more annoyed, right? But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day right now. This is definitely going to be a shorter stream. I think tomorrow, so, like, you guys can't tell, but basically, if I can, is there a way for me to show you guys this stuff? I don't need to go back to that book. Live. Yeah, it's only put out 300 impressions where normally it does a couple thousand by now. So I'm not entirely sure why YouTube is throttling these types of impressions out there. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm just going to go live around a bunch of random times. If you guys have time, come join me. If not, it's okay. You guys can watch them a little bit later. Every stream is not going to be the same. The afternoon one around this time is going to be more about news and what's happening and deep technicals. The ones during the day are going to be like quick little technical head bets, little catching up with you guys, little 15 to 20 minutes of just talking with you guys, and that'll be it, right? And I'll probably do 2 of those plus a stream, and we'll see how that all pans out. But I need to figure out a way to juice up the stream, because if YouTube is not going to show it to people, I kind of have to brute force my way into it, I think. And then I'll see how that goes. There may have just been an algorithm shift or something like that. I know they're probably not targeting my channel, but it's freaking annoying. So I'll see how that works out. But I'll see you guys a little bit later.